Okay, so this here is his story. He has about 5.3 million subscribers with 1,000 videos. Okay, this guy uploads every like 2 hours. I'm sure about that. Without further ado, let's watch three of his shots and see if it's better than Zach D films. And we're gonna rate him at the end or rate each video. Okay, let's get it. Himself, bro is massive. I'm not gonna lie.
When a staff member grabbed my arm, "You're up next. Why aren't you dressed?"
I think this guy's a sumo wrestler. Yeah, he's a sumo wrestler.
My heart dropped because I've been bullied all my life for my size, and now I was being mistaken for a sumo wrestler.
Bro looks nothing like his profile, but let's just continue on.
"Sir, I think you've got the wrong," but my friend cut in, pointing right at me. "Yeah, that's your guy. Let's get him ready."
Your friend has set you up, betrayed you in front of everybody. Feel sorry for you, man. Feel sorry for you.
Jaw dropped. He'd set me up, and before I could argue, the staff member dragged me backstage while I mumbled a prayer, hoping I'd survive. They shoved me into a mawashi, the giant diaper-looking belt, and pushed me toward the ring. That's when he stepped out of.
Everybody, if you're watching this, take a screenshot of this guy and send it to your friend at 3 a.m.
of the shadows. My opponent was two of me stacked together, thighs thicker than my whole body, and my stomach dropped. I grabbed my friend's shirt. "I can't do this, bro. I know I'm fat, but he's built different." He gripped my shoulders. "Dude, have a little confidence for once." Then he shoved me in, and the crowd roared as the sumo cracked his neck and locked eyes with me. A bell rang, and he charged, slamming into me so hard the air left my lungs, then grabbed my belt and shoved me toward the edge. My feet slid across the clay, and then he lifted me off my feet and slammed me onto my back. Pain shot up my spine as the crowd gasped. I lay there staring up at his belly rolls as he raised his body to finish me. My whole body froze, and so did my friend. I thought I was about to die with a naked man on top of me, but I couldn't let that happen.
Okay. What was that statement, bro? I thought I was about to die with that naked man in front of me, bro.
So right as he came down, I braced my legs out of fear and shoved into him with everything I had. When I opened my eyes, the sumo was flat on his back outside the ring, and the crowd went berserk. I'd won, and my friend sprinted out screaming. For the first time in my life, people were cheering for the thing I'd been bullied for, and my size had made me a hero. But before I could soak it in, a fat man shoved through the crowd and pointed at me. "I'm the real wrestler. Who is this imposter?" The staff pushed me out of the ring as the real wrestler took his place. But I stayed smiling because they took my win, but they gave me my confidence.
That was a good story, not gonna lie. That was funny, bro. That was funny. Onto the next.
I had only taken 3 steps into the abandoned house when the
abandoned house. Why are you going to an abandoned house, bro? Trying to die or something, bro?
door slammed behind me, and a horrifying figure appeared at the top of the stairs. I covered a scream before.
That's how all horror movies start, bro. This guy just wanders off. There's a sign on the right saying death, and another one on the left saying alive. And this guy just chose death.
Could leave my mouth and ducked behind a piano in the entry hall. I had doubted everyone who had ever claimed to have seen the woman in white.
Oh, this was so stupid, bro. I'm doubting everybody. I'm not gonna prove everybody wrong. Just let somebody take the spotlight for once, bro.
Walking the halls of this crumbling house, now I was meeting her face to face. I peeked over the piano. As soon as I did, she spotted me and started moving down the steps. The legend said that if you just stood your ground, she wouldn't go further than the staircase. Working against every instinct I had, I stood up from behind the piano to face the woman in white. We locked eyes as she hit the bottom step.
Okay, if she's like Shrek's mother or something, bro. Like, why is she green? Okay, why is she green, man? Why is she green?
My guts were twisting in fear. Then she raised a long, bony finger and said, "You've come back to me." Then she took another step. She was past the staircase and...
What do you mean back to me? Wait. I got an idea. That is History's mom who did not use the correct amount of makeup, but that's it.
coming toward me. I bolted from my spot and tried the door. It wouldn't budge. She was still slowly moving towards me, so I ran into a side room. It was a dead end. The woman in white walked into the entryway and said again, "You've come back to me." I was cornered, my body locked up in terror. As she approached me, she stretched out her hand. This is it, I thought. Killed by a ghost I didn't even believe in. I felt the dusty, cold palm touch my face.
Okay, another weird statement, but okay.
Just then, every room in the house lit up and I screamed for my life. I was alive, and there was a young woman standing in the doorway with her hand on the light switch. "What the hell did you do to my mom?" she shouted at me. I looked down. The woman in white was laying at my feet. This wasn't a ghost.
Another weird statement.
This was a human woman, but she wasn't breathing. She was stone dead. The younger woman walked closer before stopping cold in her tracks. She looked me up and down. You look just like my father." She pulled a picture off the wall and held it up to me. It was like looking in the mirror. He died at war, and
Oh my days. I told you his story was an unk in the intro of this video. He told him he was survived through wars. I did not even watch this video, bro. I'm watching this video with you guys. There's an unk, he's been through wars, but it's sad.
And after my mother got Alzheimer's, she wandered the house in her wedding dress, waiting for him to come back to her. She's been hanging on in misery for so many years. I think touching you helped her finally move on. Now you've given her peace. I walked out of that house still not believing in ghosts, but maybe believing in fate. I had only
Okay, that was a decent story, I'm not gonna lie. Now time for the last story. This better be a good one, his story. Or else, I'm not gonna subscribe to you, okay?
I unzipped my dad's suitcase from the inside and quietly climbed out, all while he had his back turned and had no idea I was here.
Where are you guys? On a private island or something? Out there looks like an ocean, so I think you are on like a yacht or something. Is your dad like a secret, like a billionaire or something, like he has a yacht? Just sad.
12 hours ago, he told me and Mom he was going on a work trip for a few days, but his voice sounded strange, so I snuck into his suitcase while he slept and stayed there all night to find out what he was at.
This can't be real, man. How is he breathing in there for 12 hours and then on a flight? Bro, like, do you have air or what do you breathe? Did you have like an air mask or something, bro?
Actually doing. He placed the suitcase with me inside down somewhere, then grunted about how heavy it was and walked away. I climbed out, and my jaw dropped as my feet hit the ground of a cabin, and I realized I was on a cruise. Dad was on the deck, laughing with his friends, and I covered my mouth in shock. I ran towards him. "Dad!" He spit his drink out. "Son, what are you doing here? I hid in your suitcase!" I instantly pulled out my phone and took a selfie. I was about to post about how I snuck on Dad's cruise when his friends ripped my phone away.
There's a 6-year-old having Instagram to post all that, and his friend just stole his phone. Bro, how is a 6-year-old having a phone and having Instagram at the same time, bro?
No, we told our wives we're on a work trip. If your friends see this cruise on your story, we're cooked. They slid me $100 each to not tell anyone, and I instantly grinned. Okay, I took my phone back, but only if you get me a lounge chair. The four of them instantly brought a lounge chair over. Now fan me. I laid down and pointed at the giant leaves. My dad shook his head, but I just held my thumb over the FaceTime mom button. They all instantly started fanning.
Instant blackmail, bro. Instant blackmail.
By evening, I'd blackmailed $800, and Dad was personally feeding me grapes in the lounge chair while angrily muttering something about getting rid of me. I told him if he tries anything, I'll be snitching. But the next morning, I heard voices from the cabin. I walked in and saw the four of them playing poker. My eyes widened, and I instantly yelled, "Dad, you promised Mom you'd never play poker again." He facepalmed. "I'm not even playing for real money, son." But I was already snapping pictures. "I need $750 and your car keys. I want your car when we're home, or I'm showing this to Mom and saying you played for money." I showed him the photos that looked like real gambling. That's when he stood up and slammed his hands on the table. But suddenly the ship honked. "First stop." Dad's face lit up. "Actually, son, come with me." I followed him confused to the deck where people were getting off. Dad pointed at the antique store on the pier. "Can you go buy us all one blue and one white shellfish each? If you do, I'll give you a $1,000 total." I looked at him and screamed, "Hell yeah, I can." I ran down into
Your dad probably don't have a $1,000 to give his son, but you have. Okay, you're young, man. You're young.
the antique store, and 15 minutes later walked out with 8 shellfish ready to collect my $1,000. But that's when my jaw dropped. The cruise ship was already sailing away,
He left for the milk.
while Dad and his friends waved at me from the deck, grinning. They were leaving me in Timbuktu with no way to get home. I unzipped
That was a crazy story. I'm Eldad. But anyways, that was a crazy one. This guy is better than Zach Difference because of his stories, like pretty dramatic. And we're gonna subscribe to this guy. And I'll press the subscribe button. Just like you, subscribe to Adminska. Thanks for making it possible to get 450 subscribers. Anyways, peace. See you in the next video.